2-1 in his last 6 games. He's coming off a tough performance in Minnesota. And any time this season Sean Burke has not played well, he's always come back with a strong effort.
And there's Rob Schick, British Columbia native. 31 years old, 5 years in the National Hockey League, and he will be the referee tonight. Gord Brosker and Mark Vines are out with him. Burke will hold it up in behind the net, and we are underway. First meeting of the season between these two teams. Will play 7 games. 4 of those will be played within the next, 12 days. So they're going to see a lot of one another. It's sent in. Burke able to knock it away with a backhand. Kind of late for the teams to be going out for the first time. Passed into the middle, looking. They got the defenseman down low. Crossman sends it around the boards. Crossman stuck all the way in on that off-wing side. Rolls to center. Volek back to get it. And the Islanders putting early pressure on. Doug Crossman, the defenseman, regroups with it. He'll take it back as the Devils change up here on the fly. Neil Brady out there on the first line. Sent into the middle. Intended for Brendan Shanahan. Goes wide. Able to hold it in. Randy Belichick behind the net. And going back to get it, Mark Fitzpatrick, the 21-year-old goaltender, and that will be tipped and a chance to take a look at the scratches tonight.
And Jerry, some of the scratches in tonight's game, as we look at the scratches for the New York Islanders, Richard Pilon is a very important scratch for the Islanders. His eye is still bobbing. They don't know how long he'll be out, but he was a very important player for the Islanders. They're looking for him to come back. Brian Trottier Bergevin. So there's some important people out of the lineup for the New York Islanders. For the New Jersey Devils, Fetisov still is bothered by that knee injury. Dougie Brown, his back. Starikoff and Korn with this coach's decision.
And we will get Pat LaFontaine's line out there now, the two scoring lines. LaFontaine with 17 goals, 10 assists, leading the Islanders. The Devils are led by Shanahan, Patrick Sundstrom, and John McLean. That's the line that's out there now for the Devils. On the near side, Brendan Shanahan steals it. Shanahan dropped it off. McLean shot, and he missed it wide. Great setup by Shanahan. Randy Belichick able to hold it in. Knocked down behind the net by Joe Ricci. Cleared around the boards. Ruotsalainen trying to hold it in. Lauer ties up Ruotsalainen. Patrick Sundstrom back to get it. You don't sense a lot of early intensity out there right now for either club. Belichick up on the boards. Ruotsalainen. Pat LaFontaine intercepts it. LaFontaine will spend a lot of time on the ice, and Burke will hang on and will get the whistle.
As we have a look at Patty LaFontaine. Now, LaFontaine visited the doctor on Monday. He's having trouble with his sinuses. I can remember when Patty LaFontaine was being looked at to be drafted. And one of the things was he had an allergy problem, a sinus problem, and they weren't sure that he was going to get over it. So Minnesota drafted Lawton. Hartford drafted Sylvain Turgeon, and the Islanders were lucky enough to get LaFontaine. But one of the things was the sinus problem is acting up on him again. His stats are still there, but the sinus problem seems to be a problem.
Kind of thing that'll wear you down if it indeed is going to bother him for a long term here in the course of the season.
Well, LaFontaine is not a big guy, so he can't have that happen.
Thibodeau won the draw. The shot is blocked out deep. Turgeon blocked it. Gets the return pass from Muller. Muller coming with him now. Poke checked away by Diddick. Muller draws it back. Muller looking for Johnson, cutting the defenseman. Johnson tipped it. Mark Johnson on the pass. He had a good one down low, and he just tipped it a little bit high. And that one's going to end up on top of the net, and we'll draw the whistle. Devils with a good scoring opportunity. Shots are 2-1 Islanders.
9 games ago, they have 15 goals, 19 assists, 34 points. They really have meshed well together. This is a line that they thought they were going to use in the season early. They played 1 game together in training camp against the New York Rangers and happened to score both the goals that night, but never got back together in the early season.
They are doing a job for them. Gilles Thibodeau, 2 faceoffs that he's won in a row. Harry Grandstrand from Quebec, off the free agent list, picked up on the 21st of the month. And Grandstrand out there playing now. Familiar name, of course, here in the New York area, hockey-wise, with times with the Rangers. The Devils trying to kick it out. Tommy Albaline lost it. Danico, the defensive partner there, has it. Devils with those injuries, of course, as Fetisov out. So we'll get some change-ups on the defensive pairings. Turgeon saw it, save made by Fitzpatrick. It'll roll to center. Islanders trying to open it up a little bit. Alan Kerr brought it up. Gilles Thibodeau in. Kerr in the middle. A shot and a stick saved by Burke. Kerr behind the net had freed it up. Thibodeau gets it back. Good job by the Islanders. They're putting some pressure on. Fitzgerald out there, tipped in front to Kerr, rolled wide. Rebound taken by Mike Johnson behind the net. He gets knocked down by Derek King. King holds it in, intended for Kerr. Devils standing around on defense. Here's a 2-on-2. Muller culling with Turgeon. And Now a 3-on-2 shot by Broughton, who just came off the bench, and he missed it wide. Comes all the way back to center to Driver.
Both these teams, if the coaches have one complaint, it's their play in their own defensive zone. So that is where there'll be a lot of offensive chances created for both these clubs tonight.
Sometimes both teams like to stand around and watch what's going on and not do much else about it. Oyenin brings it out in front. Fitzgerald, who just came up today, knocking the man down. Tom Fitzgerald wearing number 7 for the Islanders. He's roughing it up in the corner right now. Puck still jammed up by Mark Johnson against the boards. Nobody can check it out. Walt Podubny was going at it with Fitzgerald. Oyenin's got it. Oyenin, a shot. Save, rebound. Podubny, and a save while he was looking the other way by Mark Fitzpatrick. He thought it was in the net, but he made 3 consecutive saves. See what the Devils can do with the power play. Oyenin will be working it. Driver. Tommy Abilene. Driver, the shot, save. Rebound is loose. It's still loose. And it'll be cleared by the Islanders. Sutter got the handle on it. Burke will play it.
Gary, here's one of the things that Cunniff will do. If a line goes out and does a good job and creates a penalty, he'll leave that line out there, unless they're tired, but he'll leave their line out there to try and score the first 30, 40 seconds of the power play.
Oyenin just dropped it off all the way down. Broughton, a shot, save, rebound. Broughton trying to tip it in, couldn't do it. And it will be cleared again. Sutter clearing it twice. Broughton was looking for someone to pass to, and all of a sudden, there wasn't anyone within 5 feet of him. So he took the shot. And at 14 on the Devils' power play, Tommy Abilene in. Abilene takes it, and that one's knocked away with a stick save. Fitzpatrick had a little trouble with that one. Out to Driver. Driver the shot. Fitzpatrick another stick save. Back to get it, Patrick Sundstrom. Devils getting the shots here. Over to Sundstrom. Driver. Devils have planted Shanahan in front. Nobody's moving. Islanders in the box, just standing there, challenging the Devils. Driver the shot, blocked out deep. Sundstrom tried to clip it in and never got a stick on it. And it'll be cleared the length of the ice. They had the chances on that one.
Jerry, it was one of those quick, unusual statistics. The Devils, second in the National Hockey League on the road in the power play, 21st last in the power play at home.
The Devils have struggled at home in virtually every category, and the power plays indeed is one of them. The Islanders, 19th on the road, so that's an interesting matchup of the specialty units. Intercepted by Brad Lauer, short-handed, tried to get it in front, couldn't do it. And Patrick flatly breaking. Devils still on the advantage. Shanahan to McLean. McLean back to Shanahan. Had to stop for it. 10 seconds on the Devils' power play. Shanahan moving in on that box. Sundstrom let it go. But Ruotsalainen was not at the point, and that's going to do it. So the Devils do not convert. Penalty is over. Nyland back on the ice. McLean. Sundstrom was breaking. Dumps it for Shanahan. That one got blocked out in front by Crossman. And back come the Islanders. Devils, first power play chance of the game, do not convert. Crossman in. Drops it off. Looking shot. Saved by Burke. Rebound behind Burke, but it was knocked away. Jeff Norton came all the way in and had a chance to tip it. Crossman, nope, taken by Muller. Muller the move on Crossman. Muller's alone. So he waits. Turgeon cutting. Turgeon in front. Mark Johnson was cutting, but it was Doug Crossman's stick. They got the puck first, and the Devils will be offside, and the scoring chances are coming. Thibodeau, King, and Kerr, the line out there for the Islanders. Norton with Crossman on defense sends it in. Randy Valashek, he's teaming up with Ruotsalainen as a defensive pairing. Mark Johnson, Muller, and Turgeon on the line for the Devils. Ruotsalainen as another defenseman trying to get into the offensive flow. Muller the shot, save made. Patrick's going to have to play that. Johnson took it away. Mark Johnson wanted to go to the point. Turgeon tried to take the pass. It was intended for Ruotsalainen. Ruotsalainen and King do a little sticking on one another. Intercepted by Crossman. Back to King. And the Islanders want to change here, so Crossman will rag it for a minute. 12:54 to go, first period. The Islanders on the road this season. They have won 3, lost 7, and tied 1. Devils are 4, 6, and 1 at home. LaFontaine around. He's all by himself. Shot saved by Burke. But there was nobody there to set a screen for the shot. So Burke had a clear line of sight on that one. Wolanin gets it up to Muller. Muller, Turgeon, Devils want to change. LaFontaine taking Muller down, and that one will end up in the seats. Now the conversations are beginning to pick up on the ice. There's LaFontaine and Muller.
Look at the Devils bench there. John Cunniff, the coach of the New Jersey Devils, 9 games, record 4, 4, and 1. And he was saying the best game the Devils have played so far was that 3-1 victory against the Winnipeg Jets. Each one of the Devils' three top lines had a goal that night. They played strong defense the first 40 minutes, and Terreri was excellent in the third period when he needed that good, strong goaltending.
Terreri has come up with some sparkling performances. His record is 3-4. But he has really had some games where he's just been impossible to beat. Fitzpatrick had to hold that one up as it was coming in from center ice, played by Gronstrand into the corner. He lost it to Maley. First shift for this line. At the point, Wolanin, he sends it in. It's deflected in front. Rebound, shot by Brady, and it will be covered up. Fitzpatrick, so far in this first half of the first period, has been right place, right time. His last outing was against Washington, a 5-3 loss, and that came 2 games ago. Healy was in the last loss to Edmonton. Islanders were beaten 7-2.
That was a very disappointing loss to the Islanders. Just the way they played, the Islanders played at the end of the game. The score was 4-2. Now Arbor pulled the goalie to give the team a chance to win the game, or at least get back into the game. Edmonton scored a goal to make it 5-2. They put Healy back in, and the Islander players basically just left him alone. And in the last 40 seconds of the game, Edmonton got 2 more goals. And apparently, Healy was very upset after the game, and rightfully so. With 40 seconds to go, at least don't let your goaltender be subjected to a wide-open shot like he was subjected to.
It's the way the start of this season has been for the Islanders. Fontaine back out there. Lauer working a wing with him. Wide side pass, and a good one to Randy Wood. Wood looking for LaFontaine cutting. Finds the defenseman coming in. The shot on Burke. Save. LaFontaine digging. Scores! Pat LaFontaine! He would not be knocked down. He stayed with it, and he's got his 18th goal. And the Islanders have a 1-0 lead.
Pat LaFontaine with his 18th goal. He was tied with 8 other players in the National Hockey League for most goals in the league with 17. He'll get his 18th here. And Gary, he's only 5'10", 175 pounds, but he fights in that crease for pucks as well as any player in the National Hockey League, especially for somebody his size. He just gets that puck, he finds it, he has his head down, he knows he's going to get hit and knocked down, but he's kept working and got that goal. That's why LaFontaine is such a great player.
He's a double killer. He had 4 goals and 10 points last year against the Devils outside. He now has picked up 38 points, 18 goals in 33 games against the Devils.
Well, Ricky has been just a real surprise. He wasn't counted on to play for the Islanders, but he went down to Springfield, did a good job down there, and said, I knew eventually I'd get my chance. And he's coming off a knee injury, just getting back into the lineup, but they have missed him because he was playing so well.
Another offside call. Back we come out to center. Take a look at the veteran Doug Crossman.
Gary, another player that has played very well. 4 goals, 5 goals, 14 assists, 19 points. You see 13 of those points have come in the power play. But he's been a very steady influence on a team that needs someone back there to help them out.
He can do that. Going back to get it is Danico. Patrick Sundstrom had to reach back for that one. LaFontaine with that goal continues his scoring streak at 6 games. He's had 5 goals, 4 assists during that time now, so he continues to be the hot Islander. Shot taken by Sutter, and that was a hard one. Burke made the save and wasn't sure where the rebound was. Good shot by Sutter on a very tough angle. Patrick Flatley in the corner, hit by Danico. Sutter and Tommy Abilene collide. Sundstrom trying to get it out, can't do it. It's held in. The Islanders are doing a good job. Bollock held it in that time. They're keeping the pressure on in their offensive zone, forcing the Devils back deep in order to get the puck up and out of the zone.
As we were talking about before the game, both teams, if they have a problem, it's in their own zone deep. They don't seem to be able to handle real strong pressure.
Flatley comes away with the puck as he sent it in. The Islanders leading 1-0, 10:40 remaining in the first period. Shots are 13-7 in favor of the Devils, taken by Alan Kerr. Kerr got tied up by Mark Johnson, dropped it off, and Didick is there. Didick couldn't get it in, knocked away by Valashek, so Gronstrand tried to send it in, and Mark Johnson cut it down over to Muller. Devils changing. Muller on Gronstrand. Couldn't quite get it as he was poked away, and the Islanders back. And it'll be cleared in by Gilles Thibodeau. Behind the net, Kerr. Valashek on him. Mark Johnson took the drop pass on the interception. Turgeon. Devils have a 3-on-2 chance right here. Turgeon. Mark Johnson going to the net. Muller was coming, and Thibodeau was standing right there. And Thibodeau breaks it up. He was able to cover 2 men that time as he got in the middle. Kerr bats it in against the boards. Driver knocked it away, and Muller chips it over. Wolanin take the shot from center. Glove save. Fitzpatrick made that one look easy. Up to Derek King. Again, the pace picking up. Thibodeau in. Islanders changing on the fly. Kerr down low, tied up by Neil Brady. Now, when Kerr was trying to go in for that rebound, Brady drops it off to the defenseman Wolanin, and Wolanin gets it poked away. Ricci just reaching in. Islanders and Devils completing their changes now. Danico. Brady was up front, couldn't get it to him, knocked down by Norton, and the Devils are offside. Islanders leading it 1-0. Devils are tied for second behind the Rangers with Philadelphia right now. Pittsburgh's playing at home against Philadelphia tonight. We'll keep you updated on that score as we go along, because obviously that's important. Devils have a chance again to take sole possession of second place. Islanders just going to pick some points up in a fight on the far side. Maley's involved in this one. It's Maley and Nick Lakota. Lakota leads the Islanders in penalty minutes with 76. There'll be at least 5 more tacked on, and for David Maley, he's picked up 67, leading the Devils.
And Gary, both these teams have one tough guy, and they went at it.
They each get 5 for fighting, so no advantage to either team. And they'll just sit and watch for a while. Tommy Abilene trying to hold it in does. Down low for it, Ricci. Ricci, who has been out 3 games, getting back in action tonight and getting a lot of ice time early on. The drop. Tom Fitzgerald just called up. Fitzgerald tried to pull it around. Couldn't quite do it. Tommy Abilene took it away from him. Good pass on the stick of Walt Podubny. Podubny checked up against the boards. It'll be held in by Ojanen. Podubny and Norton jamming up. Norton taking Podubny all the way down behind the net. Podubny coming around now to try and reach in. Puck's just jammed up against the boards. Nobody can free it up. Podubny got it out of there, but got knocked down. Fitzgerald all over him. Fitzgerald had his stick held onto. Ojanen behind. Ojanen drops a shot. Missed by Danico. Kenny Danico all the way down to the bottom of the circle. The defenseman had the shot through a screen, but he didn't get it on net. And Fitzgerald will send it around the boards to take the heat off the Islanders.
Again, Gary, we see a player breaking in home free. Both teams have left players alone in their defensive zones. And it's really a surprise when the score is only 1-0 at the 12-minute mark.
You got 20 shots on combined. Lauer centered, and it's tipped over the net. Good centering pass to Randy Wood. LaFontaine trying to hold it in. Devils will just kick it out to get the heat off their goaltender. Crossman sends it in off the stick of Patrick Sundstrom. Devils with their scoring line out there again. Held in again by Crossman. He just fell down that time. Devils got a 3-on-2 chance. John McLean couldn't get it, and Crossman will get back to even it up. Devils had another opportunity on the break. Gary Nyland pinned it up momentarily. McLean working against Nyland, and it busts through to Randy Wood. Each team really trying to fire it out of there on the breaks. Lauer, the shot, save made by Berg. Ruotsalinen taken off the play by Wood. Picked up. Randy Valashek didn't get it out. Held in by Randy Wood. Off the corner to Brad Lauer. Lauer with Ruotsalinen on him. Back to get it again is Wood. Wood looking for help. Sutter's cutting. Wood tried to send it in. Blocked by Patrick Sundstrom. Taken by Randy Valashek. What scoring opportunities, though. Shanahan up front. Gets clipped. Goes down. No penalty. Chance for icing. They're going to wave it off at the last minute. So Gerald Diddick, wisely, not sure what was going to be called, just played it. This will be no icing as Burke had to play it. And it's Wolanin up. The defenseman of the Islanders doing a good job. Diddick almost holding it in. 2-on-1 break the other way. Turgeon takes it. Johnson kicked it. It's loose. And cleared out by Sutter. Not out of the zone. Wolanin held it in. The Devils that close to getting one in. There's a penalty coming up. Sutter will be called for it as he hauled down Kurt Muller, and the Devils will have a power play opportunity. Devils on their second power play chance. They had 4 shots on their first power play, and Fitzpatrick lost his stick in net. He goes back to get it. Muller takes the pass from Mark Johnson. Devils trying to get it tied up. The Islanders leading 1-0. Tommy Abilene. In front, Muller shot. Again, not on net. The problem the Devils are having right now, they're getting chances down low. They've missed getting it on net. Turgeon. Driver. Turgeon overloading here. Driver back to Tommy Abilene. His shot wide. Mark Johnson looking. Tried to get it to Turgeon. And Turgeon was cutting towards him, and it'll be picked off by Randy Wood. Driver, good job to hold it in. Back down to Muller. Muller tried to center, and it was blocked. Good play by Nyland, who blocked it, and Wood, who gets it out. Islanders want to change here. Devils will try and catch the minute over to Muller at the line. Islanders get their 4 out. Turgeon will set it up a minute 5 on the power play. Turgeon tried to shoot it through Nyland, and it hit him and came out to the blue line. Intercepted. Short-handed effort. Patrick Flatley looks behind him, sees the Islanders changing, so takes it back. Ricky sends it ahead. Lauer tips it. Devils are on the power play, but Lauer is controlling the puck. Nice job.
One of the areas that the Islanders have had good success recently is penalty killing. Going into this game, 17 for 19. The last 4 or 5 games, they killed the first one, doing a good job on this one.
Patrick Sundstrom knocked down by his own player. LaFontaine lost the stick, but he got the puck out. And if he'd had his stick, they would have had a short-handed effort. What a move on the boards. Randy Wood, short-handed shot, saved by Burke. Wolannon's got it. Devils giving the short-handed opportunity to the Islanders. 14 on the power play. Shanahan trying to feed it back. Sundstrom behind the net. Shanahan all alone. They couldn't get it to him on the near side. Wolannon winding up. Shanahan in front. And it never got through. Blocked out deep. Ruotsalainen sends it in. Penalty is over. Devils 0 for 2 on the power play. Sutter's back out on the ice. Wolannon. Sundstrom on the point. Score! A knuckleball! Wouldn't you know it? A Hoyt Wilhelm special ties it. It's 1-1.
Fitzpatrick having a very strong period. You almost felt it was going to be a deflection or a strange goal that was going to beat him. And right here, Sundstrom just gets enough of it to flutter it towards the net. And you can see Fitzpatrick thought it was going to be a strong, hard shot low on the ice, and he started down. The left part of your screen, you'll see Fitzpatrick already started down. He can't quite get his up and over. The old idea, if you hit the net, you never know what's going to happen.
We're just talking about get it on net, you never know. Patrick Sundstrom with 25 points has tied it up at 1-1. That is an even strength goal for Patrick Sundstrom. The power play was over and Sutter was back into play. That's just a good break for the Devils. Crossman sends it back in, so we are tied with 4 minutes left to go. Shots are 15-9 in favor of the Devils. Devils with the opportunity for Broughton. Held up. Taken down by Thibodeau. No penalty on it. Good play by Thibodeau. Here's a one ahead. Out of Brendan Shanahan.
Here the Devils are starting to get a well-rounded attack. They have 7 guys with 20 points or more.
Islanders getting chances as well. Bullock trying to get it back into Sutter. Flatley comes away with it. They're working hard down low. The Islanders keeping that puck in that good shooting territory. That one blocked out in front. Good play by Tommy Abilene and a penalty behind the play. And David Bullock got knocked down, and the Devils are going to be shorthanded as Kenny Danico will go to the box. Second time around behind the bench. Probably wondering whether he really wants to be there right now.
See the record 1-10 in the last 11, 2-11-0 in the last 13. And it just has been a very tough time because they have had 6 empty net goals. So they've been there in some games, but they just can't finish it off.
Shot taken by LaFontaine was deflected. Driver going down on the ice. Islanders with the opportunity here to take the lead against Sutter. The shot saved by Burke. Brent Sutter. He looked to the point, then turned around and took the shot, and it was a hard shot. Islanders on the power play. It was held in by Norton. Burke goes back to play it, pushes it up. John McLean. Sutter had him in a headlock there. LaFontaine takes it, went off McLean's leg. Islanders keep gunning it in. Pollock had it, and he's working one of the corners now as they'll keep the front open. Sutter crisscrossing as Flatley puts it over. Off the boards, Randy Belichick plays it into the ice.
Get there in time to keep it in. Intercept.
Very
Wide open period. See from Bill. Smith. Neil Brady out there for the face-off starting the second period.
One of the things that John Conniff did in that first period, he rolled all four lines over. All four of the lines, except for power plays and penalty killing, played about the same amount.
Patrick Sundstrom drops it back for Randy Valashek. That pass will be intercepted and just clipped the center. Patrick Sundstrom there. Almost intercepted by Randy Wood. Jumped over his stick, though. Norton there to get it. Norton sends it in. He took a high stick from Randy Valashek. Valashek chasing the stick down now. Driver in dangerous territory in the middle of that slot. Able to get it up to McLean. McLean over to Patrick Sundstrom. Over to Valashek, rather. Sundstrom in the middle. Drop pass. Shanahan for Sundstrom. Sundstrom turning. Devils getting Ruotsalainen out on the point now. His driver was on the near side and had to get all the way over to the bench trying to get off the ice. Patrick Sundstrom. He gets tied up by Norton. Norton able to kick it away. Sundstrom trying to chase it down. Poked away by Riki. Sundstrom got it back and is able to hold it in. Riki gets it back. Randy Valashek is there. Devils clear the zone. John McLean takes it in. Devils are onside. Held up by Fitzpatrick, the goaltender. Good try by Shanahan, who moved in behind the net, couldn't poke it away. Lauer gets it out. LaFontaine 2-on-1. LaFontaine with Randy Wood. LaFontaine holding, still holding. LaFontaine, look at the wraparound, but he's not going to get a shot off. Patrick Sundstrom ties him up. He did everything but get the shot. He had Sean Burke down on the ice. Ruotsalainen set the puck. Hang time and hold time. Sundstrom and Shanahan. Over to Shanahan. In the middle, Ruotsalainen. The shot saved by Fitzpatrick. Wood's got LaFontaine in front of him. LaFontaine's going to be running out of legs after that little show. Wood gets hit by Tommy Abilene and knocked down. Mark Jones.
Of the 21-year-old goaltender
In the future,
in net is right
there, and that young man. Up to Muller. Islanders are going to have to clear the zone. Just wrap back in again. Riekke's got it back again. He'll try again. This time drops it off. Nobody in front. Blocked by Driver. And the Devils' Mark Johnson gets it out. Turgeon, Johnson. Muller's trailing. Muller in the middle. Muller has got stood up. Stand-up check right there put on him. King just stood in front of him, and Muller had nowhere to go as they jammed up in the slot. Muller in again. Norton on him. Norton. Play by Norton. Just good strength. Takes the puck away. Muller got it back. Norton mishandled. To the point. Driver the shot. Save. Rebound, and there is none. Went underneath the pads. Fitzpatrick hanging on again in this 1-1 game.
We have a look at Chris Terreri. Now, Bob Belmore and Bob Sauvé, the goaltending coaches for the New Jersey Devils, were in Utica. Well, after this,
Ruotsalainen on the save.
the night the Devils played Winnipeg. And if the word was, if Terreri had not played a strong game in Winnipeg and somebody had played well down in Utica, there might have been a goaltending change for the Devils. But a combination of Terreri having a strong performance and the Utica Devils getting beat 8-5, Terreri is back with the Devils as their number 2 goaltender.
What a job he did. In front of the net, Sutter, and he didn't get a stick on it. Brent Sutter cutting in. Diddick able to hold it in. Good setup to him by David Volek in front. Sutter almost took that one in the chops. In fact, he did. Caught him in the face as the puck was sent in around the boards very high. Volek gets it, sends it in. Valashek stood him up at center. Ruotsalainen back to get it. So 1-1 game. And behind us is a delayed whistle coming up on the Islanders. Maley drops it off to Valashek. A delayed whistle on the Islanders. A penalty coming up. Sean Burke almost had a breakaway. If he had played the puck, he was out in front of everybody. Wouldn't that have been something? There's the whistle. He was the only Devil near the red line. He was trying to get to the bench to get the extra skater. Rolly Melanson and Craig Billington have each played in 13 games. Melanson 5-6-1, but he's got an .889 percentage save and a .298 goals against. There's Burke. He was the only Devil up there. Now, what if he plays that?
He can't play it over center ice.
Very good.
It's a penalty if he plays a puck past center ice. Now, he just get all the way to center ice and shoot it, but he can't go past the center ice line with the puck. And just one last note on the Utica Devils. Yesterday, Paul Eisbart was named Player of the Week. He had 7 goals last week for the Utica Devils, including back-to-back hat-tricks Friday and Saturday night.
Pretty good scoring. We saw a bit of him last season. So it's a power play opportunity with Flatley out for slashing at 5:48. The Devils, though, are 0 for 2 on their power play as their troubles continue at home. They did not get a shot on the last power play chance. They had 4 shots on the first power play opportunity. Devils have had only 8 power play goals at home and 61 chances. That's only 13%. Wolanin brings it in. I was going to say a fan behind us just haul it down. When's this game start? Shanahan picks it up in the corner, back up to Driver. Driver in the middle, back over to Shanahan. Shanahan shot, and that was deflected, and a penalty coming up again as McLean got knocked down. Delayed whistle, and there's a good play by Patrick Sundstrom. He just dumped it off so they could get the whistle.
The Islanders trying to play an aggressive box, but right here, Nyland gets a little too aggressive with that stick in front of the net, knocks down Johnny McLean, and now a quick 5-on-3. And Gary, you're right. Sundstrom giving that puck to the Islanders is the right play, because now they have 1:17, 5-on-3, and if they do happen to score, they still have a power play opportunity.
6:31, the time of Nyland. Cross-checking penalty. So here's a big chance for the Devils in this 1-1 game. Chance for the Devils to go on top for the first time. Shanahan moved in and won the draw. That's a big win to hold it in when you got that 2-man advantage. In the middle, Shanahan. Patrick Sundstrom gets it back. Shanahan's in the middle. Driver. Tommy Abilene at the point. McLean on the near side wing. Abilene. Tommy Abilene looking. Driver. Shanahan. Shot. Save. Rebound. McLean couldn't get the shot off as it got caught in the skates. Tommy Abilene. 2-man advantage for 53 seconds. Abilene and Driver. Staying back in that diamond. Patrick Sundstrom. McLean at the side of the net. Did not go in. Held in by Sundstrom. Shanahan, and he missed it wide. Crossman got a piece of the stick that time on Shanahan's shot. Driver. 36 on the 2-man. Tommy Abilene. Islanders stay back in that triangle. Patrick Sundstrom. Driver. Driver at a point. Tommy Abilene turns in. Doesn't take it. Crossman just stayed with him. Driver. 24 on the 2-man. McLean gloves it. Pulls it. Patrick Sundstrom looking. Sends it. Shot. Score! What a setup! Patrick Sundstrom delayed the shot and the pass. Got it to Shanahan. It was an empty netter. 2-1 Devils power play goal, and it will continue.
And Gary, the fans were starting to get on the Devils, but the Devils showed great patience. A key to the 5-on-3, patience. But watch the pass by Sundstrom. A little aerial over top of the stick of the defenseman right there. And you just don't make a better play than that.
He's unbelievable. Patrick Sundstrom will get an assist, second point of the night. John McLean will get the power play goal. For Mac, that'll be his 13th goal. The Devils lead. Shanahan gets the goal, rather. His 12th goal of the season, tying McLean for the lead in goals by a double. Now, they still have 54 seconds remaining on the power play. That was a 5-on-3 power play goal. Now it's a 5-on-4 chance for them. Change up. Driver stays out, though. Kirk Muller in. Muller. Joe Reekie on him. Twice. Reekie freed the puck up. The Devils' Turgeon was there. Shot taken. Driver deflected wide. Turgeon trying to tip it out in front. Battle by Turgeon. He freed it up to the near side of the net. LaFontaine was there to send it out. LaFontaine coming with Wood. Wood in on Driver. Short-handed shot. Saved by Burke. Wood beat Driver. Penalty. 16 seconds left on it. 3-on-2 chance. Turgeon shot. Blocked. Turgeon clipped away by Diddick. Diddick blocked it and got it out. 2-on-2. Wood and LaFontaine. Pat LaFontaine has got the goal. The move on Tommy Abilene. Slipped and fell. Goes to the boards. Burke will play it behind the net. Penalty is over. So the Devils get a power play goal on the 5-on-3. Mark Johnson will bring it in. The shot taken wide by Muller. Devils will change. Shanahan's 12th from Sundstrom and McLean. 7:29 on the power play chance. Burke looking at King, who is coming right down the barrel on that one. King's stick held by Podubny, and on the clear, the stick came up. Tommy Abilene's. There's a whistle behind the play. Tommy Abilene's stick came up on King, as he was trying to bat the puck out of the zone.
Gary will see the stick come up. Abilene pokes the puck out of the zone, and then it comes up. Now, if that's up over his shoulder, then he hits King. I think the referee is definitely going to call a penalty. But with King falling down, you really can't say that Abilene was trying to hit him.
Tommy Abilene gets the shot off the draw on the save made by Fitzpatrick. That's why there was no penalty on it. Diddick moving over to get it. Even strength now. Devils lead it by a score of 2-1. 10:50 to go, second period. 21-15. Devils leading in the shots on goal. It'll be brought out by Alan Kerr. Kerr, little too far in front that time. Will come in and get it himself. Deflected a mile up in the air. Way back into the seats on the far side.
Here, just talking about the shots. The Devils, the last 13 games, have had 30-plus shots against in every single one of them. They're 18th in the National Hockey this season with 34 shots against per game. And that's one of the areas that John Cunningham really wants to start to cut down. He wants to see his goaltenders facing, as we said before, between 24, 27 shots. That 8 or 9 a period keeps them in the game. I mean, they'll take only 3 or 4 if they get it, but they don't want to get them too many so they get tired over the course of the season.
Dave Chazowski was out for his shift for a moment. Chazowski is playing tonight, but he's had the flu. And he hasn't been out there more than a couple of times.
He's their first-round pick. He was the second pick overall. He's still only 18 years old. And the word is they're not going to make any mistakes with Chazowski. They're going to play him, get him into the right situations. And if he isn't healthy, not subject him to the chance of getting hurt.
He's got 5 goals, 4 assists in 18 games. He came out for a very brief shift and then went off the ice again. Devils send it in. Fitzpatrick flips it to the corner. King moving in. Held in by Driver. The high pass in front. Peter Sundstrom knocked it down. He and Gronstrand are going at it. Peter Sundstrom. Gronstrand moves up on him. Gave him the good shot. Neil Brady takes a shot. Puts it in front. Puck still loose. Peter Sundstrom trying to find it. Maley kicks it in. And it's held on to. And the big guys are about ready to go. He wants another piece of it. Vakota moves in again on Maley. They already have taken 5 for fighting in this game. And Vakota saw Maley and the opportunity to go at it again and did.
And as we have said, Cunningham is going with 4 lines, playing them about the same amount of time. Of course, he's giving Sundstrom line and Muller line more of the power play opportunities, and he uses his penalty killers. But one of the real benefits of going with 4 lines is the Sundstrom line is rested for the 5-on-3s and the power play situations. Here we see Maley and Vakota. See Granstad trying to move Maley out. Vakota will come in just from the right side of your screen. Maley talking to Diddick right there. And again, the 2 tough forwards from both these clubs. I think Maley gets one in at the end. Right there. And that was the one that Vakota was upset about.
Maley gets the double minor for roughing. And Vakota apparently gets a double minor as well. I don't see anything up on the board.
Got 2 for charging.
2 for charging and 2 for roughing. Tough to do at the side of the net. Clipped in off the face-off by Shanahan. The penalties coming at 10:03. A couple of minors on each of them. Driver going back to get it with Wolanin on the defensive pairing tonight for the Devils. Sutter chased the puck deeper. John McLean's got it. McLean out to Sundstrom. Sundstrom stood up, knocked down. Volek was right there. Sutter sends it in. Again, Driver's there. Intercepted by Sutter. Wolanin moving in. Good coverage by Wolanin. Volek was cutting down the middle, and Wolanin stayed in front of him. Patrick Sundstrom from Shanahan. Sundstrom turning. Drops it. Great pass. Ruotsalainen broke the stick on the shot. That's why it didn't end up on net. He went to the bench and got a new one. There's Ruotsalainen moving in right there. Wolanin trying to take it away from Norton. It's dragged in by Norton offside. Remember, it makes good sense to drink responsibly. Know when to say when. A reminder from Anheuser-Busch.
Gary, have a look at Craig Wolanin. Picked up his 2nd point of the season, his 2nd assist on Sundstrom's 1st goal. And when Craig Wolanin is playing well, he really appears to be large on the ice. He's a real physical presence, and it just seems in the last few games he's really starting to be noticed more and more, just his physical size and his hitting and his overall play. He's playing with a dislocated left pinky. Well,
that's good.
Well, okay.
He's got a couple of young daughters, and that's what you hurt your pinky.
Yeah,
yes,
exactly. That's what but he hurt it in the Pittsburgh game. He missed one game against Minnesota, but was back against Winnipeg.
Islanders are down here 2-1. The Devils leading for the first time on Shanahan's goal this period. Shanahan and Patrick Sundstrom have scored for the Devils. LaFontaine with his 18th for the Islanders was the first goal of the game. And we're 8:50 left to go here in the second period. Muller sends it in. Mark Fitzpatrick played it up against the boards. Randy Wood is there. Randy Valashek holds it in. Wood knocks it away. Here's LaFontaine. Ruotsalainen in the middle. LaFontaine coming in center. Burt blocked the pass. Burt blocked it, and that set it up ice. Mark Johnson. Turgeon, the Islanders back. Turgeon. Good play by Muller to hold that in. He had a reach behind him. Muller the move. Brad Lauer on him. Crossman sends it around. Turgeon is there. Turgeon back down to Muller looking for Johnson in front of the net. Again, Lauer moves in on him. Brad Lauer, a lot of ice time tonight. Mark Johnson, the move tipped away. Crossman got the stick in on the poke check. Johnson was coming down through the slot on it. Wood pins it up. Tommy Abilene kicked it in, and back the other way, Doug Crossman. Crossman from L.A. puts it in. Islanders want to change. Up to Turgeon. Turgeon jammed. Gronstrand at center. Tommy Abilene away with it. Over to Podubny. Podubny the shot. Save. Got that one in on the near side. Fitzpatrick put the pad on it. LaFontaine's pass intercepted Tommy Abilene. He left it for Ojanen. Ojanen centering, trying to hit Broughton. And just a little too far in front. King held it into Diddick. Back to King. Derek King. Islanders getting pinned in behind the net. Good forechecking by Ojanen to Broughton. Broughton back. Tried to drop it to the point. LaFontaine stepped in. 3-on-3. Here comes Kerr. Tommy Abilene with a hip check. Rides him up off the dash. I'll tell you, Tommy Abilene just gets better with each game, and he's been steady ever since he came over last year. Dropped off. Podubny. The wrist shot blocked by Norton. Norton sends it over to King. 7 minutes left to go in the second period. A 2-1 Devils lead. Devils change up. The Islanders trying to take advantage of it. Can't do it. Thibodeau's pass was blocked by Driver. Norton is out in front. Burke will go out to play it. Around the boards. King is there. In front. Driver just standing there. Nice crisp pass up to Shanahan. McLean held up by Thibodeau. McLean won't let go. Thibodeau wouldn't let go of his stick. No call on it, though. Driver flips it to the middle. McLean reaching for it. Got it. Got jammed up hard by Joe Reekie. Everybody going down on the ice at center. Norton away, and it'll be sent in by the Islanders. This is an icing call, though, on the Islanders. And the Devils have a 1-goal lead.
One of those things that's a lost art in hockey these days. A nice hip check right there. Perfectly legal. And I'll tell you, you can't believe how much that jars you. When it's done properly, it really stuns you.
Tommy Abilene, there's an offside on the Islanders. So consistent. Trying to think, he and Patrick Sundstrom may be the most consistent players the Devils have had over the last season and a quarter.
It's funny, the last 4 years, Tommy Abilene has played for Sweden in the World Championships. And before this year, Johnny Cuff was saying, there's no way you're playing the World Championships this year because you're making the playoffs. The first year was with Quebec, and then last year he was with the Devils. Didn't make the playoffs, so he was able to go back and join Sweden. But this year they're saying, don't even worry about those World Championships.
He is a good one. Bollock going all the way around, tipped away by Driver. Boy, is Driver putting some ice time in tonight. Not particularly unusual for him, but seemingly out there a lot with the Devils having power play chances. Islanders down by a goal. Brought in by Volek. Dropped it off to the point. They're trying to chase it in on net. Gary Nyland. They're trying to drive it right in as teams are doing against the Devils. Just take it right to the net. Mark Johnson trying to chase that one down as Volek took Muller off the puck, and Volek comes back with it. Volek got flatly in the middle. Volek got turned and lost the puck. Good play by Wolanin, who moved in that time at center. Picked up by Sutter. Buffalo's got a 3-1 lead over Hartford now. Housley has scored again for Buffalo. Has picked up the last goal. Philadelphia 4-2 over Pittsburgh. Cullen for Pittsburgh has cut it to a 2-goal difference. And Bobby Carpenter has scored for Boston against St. Louis. They lead 1-0.
Here, have a look at Dave Chizowski, as you say, 18 years old, 6'2", 190 pounds, good hands, and excellent shot. But the one thing that's happened so far this year is that it's going to happen to a lot of young players. He's gone to make some moves, he had his head down and got really hit. Now, he's not afraid, but he's just not sure exactly when the next hit is going to come from, so he's not real sure on the ice right at the moment.
Good breakup of that Shanahan with Valashek. Valashek, the good defensive play. The Islanders, for a moment, had a 3-on-2 chance. Jam on the boards as Neil Brady tried to center it. Brady got taken out of the play. Tom Fitzgerald back in uniform for the Islanders for the second time this season. He had been down, called up today. He played in 15 games earlier, had picked up 2 goals and 4 assists. And now back. And it's sent behind the net. Fitzpatrick back. So we got a Fitzpatrick and a Fitzgerald. For the for the Islanders. Pass block. Walt Podubny took it away from Yuri Gronstrand right there. He blocked a pass twice. Valashek sending it in. The Devils want to change.
Here in the first period, I thought both teams had a good offensive period, creating chances down low. This period's been a much more of a scrambly period through the center ice area with not the same kind of quality chances by either team.
Shots right now are 22-16, still in favor of the Devils, as the Devils have had 8 shots in the period. Only 1 shot for the Islanders, and that will be sent up into the stands. 2 shots for the Islanders, and we've just got 3:59 left to go in the period as Schick sent into the boards, and there's not much protection for the guys in the striped shirts.
We had a very interesting talk in St. Louis. We did the St. Louis, Minnesota game with Andy Van Hellemond, talking about those instant replays, and the only way they want to use it is for the referees. The only way they want to use it to say whether the puck went in or not. They want to call the rest of the game with the help of their linesmen, but they want to be in charge of the game. They just want help on those goals. They don't want to miss a goal.
And the question is whether or not that's even feasible, because you're going to have to get the same camera angle in every building in order for that to be feasible. They're talking about potentially doing that for the playoffs, but no decision's been made as to whether or not they will institute instant replay, and if they do, for what purpose. I think it would be very hard to do just for the playoffs. It's going to take a long time, I think, to get those things set up so that you've got the same angles and you have a chance to use it a little bit, see how they look, and how you're going to actually get somebody upstairs looking at it and all that. That's not easily done. The National Football League has found out. That's an offside, as Shanahan was at the center ice side of it when he took that return pass. 3:49 left here in the second period.
Brendan Shanahan, who now has 101 points in the National Hockey League. He picked up his 100th point and assist against the Jets Saturday night, an assist on Johnny McLean's first goal of the game. And Brendan Shanahan, in 156 games now, the 101 points. And about this time last year, I don't think anybody would have been saying that Shanahan would have been approaching those type of figures. Last year at this time, Shanahan was struggling, being benched, not playing for the Devils, really in a very minor role. All of a sudden, he's with Sundstrom and McLean, and he's a star. He's become what they thought he would be.
Norton sends it around the boards. Danico tried to hold it in. It got pushed out to center. Patrick Sundstrom. The shots now are 7-2 in favor of the Devils in this period. We're down to just 3:20 left to go, so the Islanders have not been able to put any offensive charge on in this second period of play, and they did in the first, as Peter said. Danico got it away to John McLean. McLean did not get it out. Held in. Play by Brad Lauer to the point. That one, a glove save by Burke. Reekie took a shot. I'm not sure that would have been on net, but it was way too close not to get the glove on it. 2-1 Devils. Off the face-off. Comes back to the point. Nyland's shot rolls in on Burke. It went up over Willanen's head. And Burke had a bouncing puck. I want to welcome all of you joining us from Sports Channel New England. Gary Thorne and Peter McNabb at the Meadowlands, where the Devils have a 2-1 lead over the Islanders. The first meeting of these two teams this season. We have 2 minutes and 54 seconds remaining. In the second period, LaFontaine and Patrick Sundstrom scored in the first. Brendan Shanahan on a 5-on-3 power play goal here in the second has given the Devils the lead. Face-off this time to the right of Sean Burke. Aaron Broughton out to take this face-off for the Devils, and he wins it. Won it against Thibodeau, who's won most of the face-offs he's been in on here in this game. Boyd in ahead, intended for Broughton, pickpocketed. Brought back in. Thibodeau flipped it back into the middle and can't hold it in, Alan Kerr. Kerr had some room, but the puck was just far enough behind him, so he had to reach back. Picked off by the Devils, Wolanin. Wolanin sends it over and put around the net by Tommy Abilene to Broughton. Broughton had it picked away by Crossman, and back comes Kerr the other way. Kerr, Thibodeau on the near side, but he dumps to the corner with it. Kerr chases it down himself. Oyen poke checked it away. Play by Yanni Oyen in that time to come away with it. Wolanin, 3-on-3. The defenseman brings it in. Devils are changing, so he feathers that one down the boards with 2:05 left to go in the second period. Devils up by a score of 2-1. Nyland takes the puck away, sent it right in on his own goaltender, Mark Fitzpatrick. He must have heard this moment in history during the first intermission. Billy Smith on this day became the first goaltender to score a goal. Almost had another one there on the own net. That one tipped in and held on to. Fitzpatrick. Scout? Or a cowboy? This has not been an awe-inspiring game by either team to this point.
Again, this is what the Islanders were hoping for. Keep the game close for 2 periods, and then come out in the third period and try and tie it up or win the hockey game in the third period. I'm sure John Cunniff is hoping that because of the last game the Devils played here at home was that great 5-4 overtime victory against the New York Rangers. They were down 4-1 in the third period. But that's the kind of effort that's going to be here tonight from the beginning of the game.
Just not that intensity. Ruotsalainen sent it in wide on the shot. Devils poke checked away out in front by Yuri Gronstrand. Nice play by Gronstrand. Centering pass again for Turgeon. Gronstrand was there to knock it away. Johnson got it. He tried to center. Knocked away by Didick. Cleared. Nope, not out by Flatley. Turgeon dropping it for Muller. Volek couldn't get it. Muller does. Muller tied up by Flatley. Volek will chase it down. Wraps it around the net to Didick. And Didick again trying to get it out. Doesn't. Finally out of the zone to Flatley. As Sutter kicked it out. Volek goes to the corner. Volek in front, knocked away by Burke. Didick saw Burke down, sent it in. The shot just went wide. Flatley was in front. Got tied up by Balashek. 1 minute to go in the period. Good chance for the Islanders. Final minute, Devils up by a goal in the second. Ruotsalainen shot, glove, Fitzpatrick. Devils changing, Flatley on the outlet. Devils get the change completed in time. Wide of Burke. Left for Neil Brady. The line that started the period. Intended for Maley. Maley racing after it, but Riki was there. Riki's pass too wide for Norton, who had to go get it, and that's going to be an icing call. The Devils will take that. And the touch-up will stop the clock at 25 seconds.
And that is not the type of play that Al Arbor is going to be happy with, because Riki had the puck in control of it. He moved it over to Norton, and Norton saw the man coming in and try to get it up the boards. Ices it instead of just dumping it out of the zone. Sure that Al Arbor would have hoped that they would just dump it out of the zone, keep it in the central ice area, and try and run out the period.
Bill Riki, the 24-year-old, had 15 games. Buffalo last season. The knee injury, of course, cost him most of the year. And with this Islander team, as they look for manpower, he's going to get every opportunity to show what he's got. Patrick Sundstrom on the faceoff. Chance for the Devils here in the final 25 seconds. LaFontaine for the Islanders. LaFontaine was able to win it. That's a big face-off win. Norton had it behind the net. Fontaine, who does it all for them, got it done again. Here's a 2-on-2. Wood, the shot. Good play again by Tommy Abilene, who blocked that with a stick. He never gave Wood anything to shoot at. It rolls in on Burke, and he hangs on. Came right off the dasher at a 45-degree angle, right onto the post.
Now the reverse situation for the Devils. They're in their own zone. They have to win this draw with 5 seconds to go, because you know the Islanders will try and set up a play for one shot right here.
See who they want on the ice. They'll bring Crossman out to play inside. LaFontaine will try to draw back to Norton. Or is he going to try and shoot it in on goal himself?
I think he'll try and draw it back to Norton. There's 5 seconds to go. And Sundstrom, I believe, will try and push the puck towards the boards.
Islanders have nobody on the boards. Shoveled it towards the middle. Everybody tying everybody else up. LaFontaine tried to center, and that will do it in the second period.
Well, not a great period of hockey.
No.
There's a lot of center on. And Arbor can't be too disappointed with where his club is coming from going into the third period. His goaltender is playing well. The Devils' chances were cut down in that second period, and his team has a chance to get back in this game with just one goal.
Drivers played the strong game, has had 4 shots on goal in this game. He leads all shooters. LaFontaine and Sutter both had 3 shots on goal in the first period and none in the second. That's how the Devils shut that down. Even strength, but just a 1-goal difference here. The Islanders trying to get their defensemen into the play as well as Nyland was skating up into the middle. Bolannon freed the puck, and it was taken by Patrick Sundstrom over to Driver. Sutter pins it up. Held in by Patrick Flatley. Islanders coming out here, trying to get one in a hurry as they put the pressure on. Sutter again against the boards, held it in. He's kicking at it. Flatley centers it. Shanahan is there. Shanahan dumps it. John McLean couldn't get it. Sutter kicks it away to Crossman. Doug Crossman. Devils changing. Crossman in. Dropped it. Flatley let it go in on goal, and Burke has to make the save. Crossman, rather than trying to tip it, just had to go right between the skates while he was coming across in front of Burke.
Sometimes the best way to throw a goaltender off is to not touch the puck. They expect the puck to be deflected. They're reacting a little bit to the deflection they think is going to come, and then boom, they'll move away. You see, the last 3 games have gone into overtime between these two teams, and another tight contest here tonight. You see Flatley right there, and Norton not touch the puck. You see Sean Burke, he was able to see it the whole way, but sometimes that's the kind of play to throw a goalie off.
Those games, the Devils lost 5-4, 3-2, and one of them ended up in a 2-2 tie. As last season, the Devils ended up 1-4-2. Lifetime against the Islanders, they're 11-34-4. Here at the Meadowlands, the Devils have lost 13, won 10, and tied 2. Last year they had 1 win here, 2 losses and a tie. Rutsalainen sent it in. It got blocked. That hurt Norton. Norton took that one right on the top of the skate. Jam up on the far side. Peter Sundstrom moving in behind the net. Shot right back into Sundstrom. Sundstrom in front. Tried to center Maley. Sundstrom does center Maley. And it's knocked away by Fitzpatrick. Good effort by Peter Sundstrom, who got hit hard but came right back off it. And there's a penalty coming up on the Devils. Neil Brady. Delayed whistle. There it is. It's going to be a power play. As Brad Lauer got dumped, the Islanders will have the advantage. Brady has only 4 minutes in penalties this season, picking the 2 up right here at 1:32.
This is why that third goal, the Devils really wanted to get in that second period, because now with 1 goal, the game can be tied up. You don't want to leave it a 1-goal hockey game.
Islanders with a chance of the power play. They're 0 for 1 tonight on the power play. Had 3 shots in the first chance. Shot it right through the middle. Went right through the top of the crease. Held in by LaFontaine to Sutter. Flatley, who was out in front of the net. Sutter making the move. Tried to get it off to Flatley. Flatley will play it out of the corner. The Islanders on the power play this season, 5th overall. First on the road. LaFontaine, shot blocked, tipped in again by Sutter and cleared out as Burt made the save on the tip. The power play goals, 8 power play goals for Pat LaFontaine and 4 for Crossman. Devils shorthanded. Broughton, who has their shorthanded goal this year, in. Peter Sundstrom was knocked down, and Fitzpatrick got the bouncing puck away. Danico intercepted. Islanders the advantage. Danico sends it. 58 seconds on the power play. Bullock's pass tipped. Crossman back to get it. LaFontaine will have to wait. Islanders get on side. Crossman. Peter Sundstrom's worked on the penalty killing units consistently here tonight. Brad Lauer back to get it. 42 on the power play. Lost it to Broughton. Crossman's got it. Islanders heading the wrong way right now on the power play. Get it to LaFontaine. Off for Lauer. Burke decides to play it. Lauer backed up. Wood moves in. Jammed up by Danico. Not out. Norton held it in over to Diddick. Diddick the shot. Missed it on the short side. Didn't go on net. Norton able to hold it in. LaFontaine to Norton. Back over to Diddick. Diddick. LaFontaine. And he put it right on the heel of the stick and held it right on the spot. Norton, good move to Wood. Wood gets a man down. Wood in, shot, save, and a rebound comes out. Tommy Abilene, good play by Burke. Penalty is over. They killed it off.
And the Islanders had some good opportunities in that power play. They just couldn't quite connect. The Devils doing everything they could to keep the puck out of the net, but the Islanders just misfired a couple of good chances.
One of those I've ever seen. Muller in front, backhander, saved by Fitzpatrick in the glove. Kurt Muller from behind the net.
Muller, who does this about as well as any player in the league, wraps himself around that net and can get something on the shot. You see, he cuts in right there. And I think that shot was going in. I think it would have found the far side. So it's been very impressed with Fitzpatrick here in tonight's game. He's been strong. And he's really only been fooled by a couple of shots he didn't have much of a chance on. Here's one across the LaFontaine. That is a tough timing play. That pass was coming real quick across. You have to time that absolutely perfectly.
Caught it right underneath the skate, so it froze the puck right where he was shooting it. If he followed through, he looked down, and it was still there. 2-1. Devils are on top, third period. Burke out to play it. Nyland tried to hold it in, couldn't, and Crossman will go back to get it. Crossman to Kerr. Mark Johnson intercepting, came right back to Kerr. Alan Kerr. Burke. Play that off the side of the net. Held in. Islanders opportunities. Again fanned on. The backhand attempt was pushed away. It was Thibodeau getting the opportunity, and the Devils' Kirk Muller will just ship it in while the Devils change.
Gary, we've only played 4.5 minutes in this period, but I can sense the Islanders are getting the better of the offensive chances and are controlling the puck to the center ice zone, where the Devils just seem to be dumping it into the Islanders zone and not creating much offense.
Sitting on a 1-goal lead early in the third period. If unintentional, maybe, but doing it. Podubny knocked off the puck. Ruotsalainen sends it in. Fitzpatrick will get it. Devils, however, were not outside the zone. Offside on New Jersey. They have the lead, 2-1. It's tough to win those games in the National Hockey League in the third period.
That's why a lot of people are saying it's not the third period that's the most important period in hockey. It's the second period. It proves that a lot of times when teams win that second period, they end up winning the game.
Devils have lost 2 and had 1 game tied where they had a lead going into the third. And for this time of the season, you don't want to have many more than that. It's just winning games in the third period in the National Hockey League rarely happens. Around the boards. Kept in by Broughton. Chip behind the net. Fitzgerald was able to get it out. Islanders looking for that one to get it tied right now. Norton lost it. Devils back Oyenin. Oyenin, Norton pulls him down. Penalty coming up. Caught from everybody else. End up in and around the net. And there's also a high stick after the play now. The penalty was going to be on the Islanders, but as it went around, a stick got up in the air, and let's see if that's going to cost the Devils a power play chance or not.
I don't think so, Gary. I think as Oyenin is falling into the net, his stick may have come up and caught Riki in the side, but I don't believe the Devils will get a penalty for that.
Riki is going to go to the penalty box. He was reaching in.
See if we can see the stick come up. Right there.
Patrick had the legs taken right out from under him, jumping up, trying to avoid any damage done with his skates as well.
And again, Gary, we talked about those little magnets. How many times the little magnets hold the nets in place? They used to be 6-inch pegs. It was just cemented in there. And they've saved a lot of injuries, but the one area, and I know we've talked about it a lot, is the fact that goaltenders right now, they're the ones in jeopardy. The players just come rampant through that zone, and they, with no fear at all of being injured going into the net.
Just don't worry about it. Gary Nyland gets it out. The Devils are on the power play. 1 for 4 on the power play with 6 shots tonight for the Devils. Riki out for tripping at 5:30. Devils here at home, 9 power play goals this season. And the Islanders will get the clear on the shot wide of the net. Bullock was able to clear it out. Tommy Abilene back to Shanahan. Shanahan turned by Nyland. Shanahan and Nyland. There's some muscle right there fighting each other off. Shanahan held it into Abilene. The Devils try and get the power play set up. McLean will come up to the top of the circle. Tommy Abilene over to Driver. 1:18 on the power play. Big opportunity. Devils up by a goal. Driver trying to send it in. Blocked by Volek. Volek drops it off. Comes out of the zone. Patrick Sundstrom waiting. Sundstrom a 2-point game, and that's not where he intended for it to go. Souvenir people won't mind, but that's not where he wanted it.
Volek has done a good job of the penalty killing for the Islanders tonight. The statistics aren't what they were last year. Only had 6 goals, 9 assists, 15 points. Last year he had 25, 34, 59 point season. Is an all-rookie team. But Volek is doing a good job in other areas right now for the Islanders.
He was 5th last season among the rookie scorers with those 59 points. David Volek. Of course, for the Islanders, you can go down and just about everybody's struggling in one way or other when you're losing the way they are. Driver. Devils on a power play. Turgeon chasing it down. Turgeon just gets stood up and bounced by Nyland. He ended up on his back. Oh, what a shot he took that time. Gary Nyland dumping Turgeon. Devils, though, still holding the puck in. Mark Johnson trying to center. Taken by Brad Lauer. Gloved down by Driver. Driver held it in. 42 on the power play. Muller. Driver. Ruotsalainen's on a point with him. That's Ruotsalainen. Back out the Driver. Muller's in front of the net. Ruotsalainen comes along the blue line to Driver. 26 on the power play. Again, the Islanders stay back in the box. Turgeon shot. Ruotsalainen blocked. Lauer put the body down. Driver. Now they go down low to Mark Johnson. Johnson, Muller, and Turgeon are up front. 14 on it. Tipped by Muller wide. Taken by Crossman. Crossman center.
Good job again. I know the Devils didn't get a good opportunity there, but they're moving the puck around well. The Islanders killed that penalty pretty well with sound positional play.
Muller, the shot save made by Fitzpatrick. Good shot by Muller. Tommy Abilene holds it in. Penalty is over. Even strength. Muller into the middle. Tried to back it up. Poked away by Diddick. Muller around to Mark Johnson. Mark Johnson wanted to wrap around, but the puck bounced off his stick before he could get it out in front. Gilles Thibodeau lost it to Turgeon. Turgeon, just a little room, takes the shot. Muller in front trying to tip it. Can't. Muller backs it in. Save! Fitzpatrick. And again, that quick stick of Kurt Muller. Held in by Tommy Abilene. Fitzpatrick. Islanders need a change here. Gary Gunstran's got it, and he's got plenty of room. The Devils had a change as well, and that's called on a 2-liner. So the Devils do not score the power play. It remains 2-1 New Jersey. Islanders 0-5-1 in the last 6 games they've played on the road, and they've got more coming up.
Gary, this is one of the things that builds team confidence and that team unity. Kind of going with the fourth line this late in the hockey game and showing confidence in all the players that he has dressed for tonight's game. That really does help over the course of an 80-game season.
He kind of really believes in that. Tommy Abilene got turned around. Wood lost the puck. Peter Sundstrom coming. 3-on-3. Sundstrom got it over. Brady the shot. In front. Save. Rebound. Save. Fitzpatrick will hang on. Tommy Abilene with a rebound. And the way this line is played, they deserve the opportunity to be in there.
Look at Tommy Abilene now again, right there in front of the net, making the nice play back to Brady. Now Brady, the best part of Brady's offensive abilities is a good, quick wrist shot. You see Abilene just tries to chip it over Fitzpatrick. Again, you have to be impressed with the way Fitzpatrick has handled the first shot and not let those rebounds get so far out that other players get good shots.
Other games tonight, Buffalo still leading Hartford, but it's getting interesting now, 3-2. McDermott scoring the power play goal for Hartford. They are in the third period. Philadelphia 5-2. Howe's got 2. Sinisalo's got 2. Bullard's got a goal. Boston, St. Louis in the second still tied. Carpenter and Zezel have the goals.
A couple of hot teams right there.
New National Hockey League record for the fastest goal scored. 4 seconds in that Buffalo-Hartford game. Shot save. Fitzpatrick on Driver. Polino got a goal from Anderchuk and Bodger at the 4-second mark in Hartford tonight. Previous record had been 5 seconds.
It's pretty difficult to think of a player even getting from standing start at center ice into an area to shoot in 4 seconds. Never mind, get the puck, get it into the net and have the referee, the clock guy start it, stop it in that amount of time.
Yeah. You know the goaltender at that point's going, no.
Excuse me, no.
Excuse me, but I don't think this game started.
I want one mulligan.
31-20 of the shots. The Devils with the advantage. Center to the middle. Wolanin the shot. Save Fitzpatrick through a screen. Good centering pass by Walt Poddubny, who's got the puck again. Centered in front. Crossman's got it. Poddubny makes things happen on the ice. Here's a 3-on-2. Shot wide by Alan Kerr. Rebound all the way to center. Ojanen. Ojanen coming with Poddubny. He's got help. Driver came up. Poddubny trying to flip it in. Take it off the play. Devils had a 3-on-2 for a moment there. Crossman's able to get it out. Again, Nyland tied up Poddubny, and Kerr sends it into the Devils' end. King into the corner. Ojanen. Ojanen hit by Kerr, but he got it around to Wolanin. Down to 10:39. 2-1. Devils on top. No scoring here in the third period. Driver able to clear it out. Ronstrand in. Burke will make the glove save, and he will hang on with Volek coming down the middle.
Now it looks like the Devils have turned it around and starting to get a better of the play. So the first 5 minutes belong to the Islanders, and the last 5 minutes have belonged to the Devils. You see Jari Gronstad, I think, is a very good pickup for the New York Islanders. He gives them some depth, and he can play in the National Hockey League. You see, he started off his career in the Minnesota North Stars. He was with the Rangers and went to Quebec. And now he's picked up on waivers last week by the Islanders. And again, he's just a good, solid NHL defenseman. For some reason, it didn't work out with the Quebec Nordiques.
Peter, what line fired the Devils up here in the last couple of minutes?
It was a Brady line.
Yeah.
No question about it. They came out. They were hustling. Melee did some hitting down low. Sundstrom was working well along the boards. And Brady's back out playing high, good, solid defense. They have done a good job in this game tonight.
Dougie Brown, back bothering him, skated, not playing. Fetisov, with that knee bothering him, skated today, but not playing. Starkov and Korn, the scratches. Volek tried to pull it in. Randy Balashek took it away. McLean. Every play important now in a one-goal game. Both these teams have been involved in one-goal affairs. McLean trying to get it out, finally does. For the Islanders, they are 1-5 in one-goal games and 1-6 in two-goal games this season. The Devils are 5-5 in one-goal games. Shanahan, some room on the right side, centered it, shot, tipped up by McLean, comes right out in front. That came over the goaltender's head. Fitzpatrick was turning around, the puck came right over his head, bounced out in front. Stepping up, Randy Balashek makes the play into Shanahan. Shanahan the pull, getting some help. McLean in front, gloved it down. McLean looking. Patrick Sundstrom was there, tipped away, and we've got a penalty coming up. It is an elbowing call, and the Devils will have another power play chance. The Devils had 4 shots on goal in their first power play chance, and since then have had only 3 on the next 4 chances. They're 1 for 5.
And you have to credit the Islanders. They're playing a strong, aggressive box. They're staying pretty much in the box and not letting the Devils get that shot through tonight.
Tommy Abilene blasts it right on goal. Fitzpatrick standing there. That one hit the blocker, and you can hear the thud. That one up high. Turgeon back out to Driver. Driver taking the shots. Muller was there trying to tip it. LaFontaine and Muller crash. Muller's got it in the skates, didn't know it. Crossman takes it away and goes right up the middle.
See how valuable Crossman is. He's been doing a good job of the power play and kills the penalties for the Islanders.
Mark Johnson in. Muller. Again tied up. Puck freed up by Turgeon. Wanted to go back to the point, does. Knocked away by Tommy Abilene, but not long enough. No penalty on the knockdown at center on Patrick Flatley. Mark Johnson on Flatley, hacks it away. Volek up, and Volek will send it back to center ice to Ricci. Joe Ricci, Devils changing. Devils on a power play with a minute left to go on it. The Islanders controlling the puck. Crossman to Ricci to Flatley. Taken away by a Driver. Pushed it. Devils in. Ojanen off the boards. Whacked at by Volek and cleared the zone. Short-handed effort now for Flatley. Flatley, Crossman with him. Crossman tied up, poked away, still loose, rolls in. Ruotsalainen gets it. Dangerous play for the Devils. Ruotsalainen in. Ojanen, 29 seconds of the Devils' power play. Randy Wood moves in around to LaFontaine. Pat LaFontaine with the Islanders' goal. LaFontaine out, has Wood with him. LaFontaine turns it on. runs into the cage, and it came loose. He was taken out by Ruotsalainen and hit the post, came off the magnet.
And you see, one of the best things about LaFontaine's ability is his ability to change speeds. He came to the center ice zone looking as if he wasn't going to do anything really offensive. And then all of a sudden he got right to this foot, and he just turns it on right there. And he actually almost beat Ruotsalainen to the outside. Ruotsalainen does a good job of poking that puck away, but it was Ruotsalainen's speed that enabled him to keep up. That would have been somebody else that might have been in trouble.
Ruotsalainen and LaFontaine can fly. The Islanders this season having trouble putting that puck in the net. They are 14th in goals scored, 19th goals surrendered. The Devils 7th in goals scored, 15th in goals against in the league. That's why these tight games for the Islanders have not gone their way. They get a couple of goals, and that's about it. Patrick Sundstrom. Devils in their own end with only 7 seconds left on their power play. Danico. And he lost it. The Devils are 1 for 6 on the power play. The penalty is over. Brent Sutter back on the ice. Let's see if that will fire the Islanders up. Sent in. No icing. Diddick will play it. Shanahan takes him to the boards. Held in by Tommy Abilene. Behind the net, Fitzpatrick. Fitzpatrick to the near point. Danico. Even strength now. Danico, Shanahan in front. McLean tied up, and it will be kicked away to Thibodeau. Diddick tied up John McLean. He couldn't free the stick up for the shot. Sutter drops it into the middle of Kerr. Kerr turning. Islanders getting a change completed. John McLean intercepts. Can't get it out of the zone. Now it rolls out. Patrick Sundstrom with Shanahan. Shanahan, the shot. Fitzpatrick, the save. Right in the middle of the pads. 6:54 left to go. Third period, a 2-1 Devils lead. See a lot of Pat LaFontaine. We always do anyway, but he'll be out there now in a 1-goal game.
One of the amazing things about LaFontaine's year and all the goals he has is he's pretty much the only player that can score for the Islanders, so he's covered every night and covered very closely by a lot of people, and he can still score those goals.
Up there with the leader in goals scored with his 18th here tonight. Brad Lauer putting the check on, freed it up for Wood and LaFontaine. LaFontaine drops it into the middle. Crossman fakes the shot over to Nyland. Nyland sends it in, and Burke makes the save. 6:27 left, 33-22. The Devils with the advantage in shots on goal. And the advantage with the 2-1 lead. The Islanders in the division for the Islanders, they are 1-8-2. Their only win in the division against Washington, a 5-3 win early on.
Here as we had to look at David Bollock. Now Bollock 2 years ago defected from Czechoslovakia. I'm sure a lot of people have been reading about what's going on in Prague, his hometown in Czechoslovakia, and one of those sort of human interest stories. He's wondering if this won't help his situation. He'll eventually be able to go back home, because right now he can't. And he's hoping that he'll be able to see his family again. So, those are the kind of things that happen behind the scenes to people.
He and his wife both defected. So technically would be arrested at this point if they went back to Czechoslovakia. Devils, Mark Johnson jammed it out. Ruotsalainen hauled down. Took a little dive on that. Not enough to draw the penalty, though. Open wing for King. King in. Derek King, the move. Malashek tied him up to King in the middle, and he shot it wide. He just missed. Didn't get a lot on it, but he poked it just wide. Knocked away, Turgeon, but he couldn't control. Islanders have to get back on side and do. Nyland breaking up the potential 2-on-1. Ruotsalainen. I think they are picking up on Fetisov's move. Now other Devils are starting to come out around the cage right in front of their own goaltender.
Schonberg says that it scares them to death when they start cutting around there. But guys like Ruotsalainen and Fetisov can get away with it.
Quickness.
Yep.
Set in, Danico. Brent Sutter on him. Bollock moves in. Sutter dug it out. And the referee hollering to move the puck. Sutter obliges. Bollock, the shot. That one deflected off Aaron Broughton. Sent to the middle. Islanders again picking the play up now offensively. Bollock intercepted at center. Norton puts it into the middle. Flatley couldn't get it. cleared out by Tommy Abilene, but all the Devils are doing right now is clearing the puck. Aaron Broughton's got it. 5 minutes left to go in the game. The Devils are leading it 2-1. Held in by Volek. Devils are playing it mighty risky right now. Center backs it up. Ojanen moves in. Norton's got it at the point. Hit by Broughton. Ojanen away with the puck. Still not out of the zone. Now tipped away Tommy Abilene. Devils have a 4-on-2. Tommy Abilene, they lose the advantage. Ojanen behind the net. Jani Ojanen back out to the point. Screen in front. Abilene the shot. Blocked. In the stick. Backed up. Sutter's there. Walt Podubny backed it up in front, but nobody was there for the Devils. Volek trying to split the defenders. He gets sizzled and knocked down. Tommy Abilene just twisted him around. And the Islanders will make the change here with 4:17 to go in the third. Ojanen can't play it. Shanahan can. In on Diddick. Shanahan gets the shot off. Fitzpatrick down. Knocked it away with the pass.
Right now, I think the Devils have to try to just get something happening down in the other team's zone, because the Islanders are starting to come in waves across the blue line.
Getting that puck down low. Patrick Sundstrom away to Shanahan to McLean. McLean winds up. Saved by Fitzpatrick. 34-23. Shots favoring the Devils. The lead 2-1 for New Jersey.
Yeah, this is the kind of game that Canucks will say, let's just win it now. Whatever we have to work on or try to improve, let's not worry about that until tomorrow. Let's go and play these last 3.5 minutes very sound defensive hockey and win a hockey game.
Overskated Kerr. The puck was bouncing and brought in by Crossman offside. Again, remember what's at stake in this game right now is second place in the Patrick division. The Flyers are winning tonight. New Jersey and the Flyers tied for second with 23 points. And it is going to be another rat race in the Patrick division.
Just talking to some of the Devil players before the game tonight, they're saying it's going to be a 5-team race. They really feel that the Islanders will have to struggle and really have to have a lot of things go their way to get back into it. Those other 5 teams fighting for those 4 spots, and it will be very close.
Devils send it in. Driver got it down deep. Crossman back to get it. 3:30 to go. Third period. No scoring here in the third. As the Devils had a 1-1 game at the end of one. Came on with Shanahan's power play goal. And remember, that was a 2-man advantage at 7:29 of the second period to give them the lead. Patrick Sundstrom. Shanahan has scored for the Devils. LaFontaine for the Islanders. Islanders right now just thinking about getting it tied. Muller sends it in. Got checked by Alan Kerr. Fitzpatrick behind the net held it up. Up to Nyland. Nyland reversing direction. Devils grouping at center and putting some pretty good forecheck pressure on right here as Muller came into the zone. This is Derek King sending it in. Change for the Islanders. Devils don't want to make any mistakes now in that defensive zone. Brad Lauer sends it in. The Islanders did not get onside. They were offside as Kerr in the zone too soon. That draws the whistle. 2:38 left on the clock.
Again, Gary, one of those opportunities for the Islanders when they may have to pull their goaltender. They already lead the league. Empty net goals against with 6. It shows you they have been there. So there is some hope, of course, for the Islanders. They've got some good young players, LaFontaine, Janowski, and that they have to just keep patient and keep building. The draft is a tough way to go, but it is really the only way to go.
That's where the Islanders have always built their teams, off the draft. Norton drove it in. It was intercepted. Peter Sundstrom trying to get it up to Neil Brady. Diddick stepped out in front, took it away. Down to 2 minutes and 23 seconds on the clock. Now the Devils will do a lot of that dumping and chasing. Up to Norton. Norton sends it out. Randy Wood. Wood dropped it. Brad Lauer. Lauer. LaFontaine in front. Couldn't get it to him. Hit on a skate. Maley turns. Sends it out. Didn't want to get caught. Diddick. Back up to Lauer. Lauer in. LaFontaine running to the net. Bounce just too high for him to glove it down. Minute 54 left. Diddick gets it back. Over to Norton. Wood. LaFontaine to Wood. Randy Wood in. Poked away by Tommy Abilene. Crossman moves up. Crossman tried to get it down deep. Shanahan's got it. 1:40 left to go. Shanahan, Patrick Sundstrom on Norton. Good strength. Centered it. McLean underneath his stick. Abilene Behind the net, Fitzpatrick. Minute 28 left to go. Fitzpatrick will be coming out of there if the Islanders can get it down and control it in the zone. Norton. They do get it in. Bollig spun around, nobody in the middle. Norton shot. Save by Burke. There's a gamer. A screaming shot by Jeff Norton into the glove of John Burke.
I still say Sean Burke has the longest arms of any goaltender I've ever seen. They hang down so low. Watch the shot come across right here. And he picks it. That's no more than 6 inches off the ice, and it's right into the glove of Sean Burke. That was as good a shot as Norton could have made.
And as quick a save as Burke could make. There's Jeff Norton, who took it.
Norton, the goal, 16 assists, 17 points so far this season. They say offensively he showed flashes of brilliance, but defensively he has hurt them a little bit.
Fire to fire for Arbor's team. Blackhawks playing so well. He'll get a timeout taken here. LaFontaine was leading with 18 goals scored with the one he picked up tonight. Cam Neely has tied him again as Boston's taken a 2-1 lead in St. Louis on Cam Neely's 18th.
Gary, I was just trying to think back, and I've been trying to find out where I can get the statistic. But I believe this is the latest into the season in the last 8 or 10 years that we have not had a 20-goal scorer by this point by someone in the National Hockey League. Usually someone jumps off to that real hot start and has 20 goals by the 25-game mark, which most of the teams are hitting right now. But no one has more than 18 that Neely and LaFontaine have.
Empty net for the Islanders. They pulled the goaltender. Not going to go very far. Minute 5 left to go in the game. The Devils lead by a goal. The Islanders have the extra skater. Norton trying to tip it in. Muller's got it. Muller had it taken away by Sutter. 1 minute to go. Under a minute now. Over to Bollig. Bollig gets it down deep. Burke couldn't play it. Left it for Danico. Danico just wants to clear. He gets it up off the bench. Mark Johnson's got it. Johnson couldn't get it away. Bollig's got it. Bollig trying to send it in. Turgeon knocked it away. Crossman takes it back. 38 seconds left in the game. Islanders' final effort. Norton against the boards. 30 seconds left to go. Clock running here. The Islanders down by a goal. In the middle. Bollig save. Burke. Rebound. Cross. Save. Score! Brent Sutter with 23 seconds left has tied the game at 2.
Well, Gary, the last 3 times these teams played against their last year, it went into overtime. And tonight, Patty LaFontaine with his 2nd goal of the game and his 19th of the season ties this one up 2-2. Crossman coming in right there is actually stopped by Danico. Otherwise, Crossman would have tied the game up. Again, another look at it. Bollig standing all by himself. Puck comes out. It hits Danico, and LaFontaine again standing right on the doorstep. Ties this game up.
What a heartbreaker for the Devils that goal is. I thought that it had been hit by Sutter, but he had his stick behind LaFontaine's and pushed the puck and LaFontaine's stick.
Well, I think if LaFontaine hadn't put it in, Sutter would have.
And that ties it up. So LaFontaine's back on top. Scoring in goals. He's got 19 and 29 points. 23 seconds left in regulation now. Sutter stays out there. Sent in by Flatley, played by Burke. Not much Sean Burke could do about that. LaFontaine from Crossman and Bollig at 19:37 with the extra skater on the ice. Sundstrom shot. It's Patrick making the save. Down to 3 seconds left to go, and we are going into overtime. Sutter and Patrick Sundstrom will be out to take the face-off. Sutter will win it back to Crossman, and the Islanders will just try and keep that fire going. They'll try and get it early. The bouncing puck on Burke. Hangs on. Brent Sutter skating in on it. And that gives the Islanders the face-off in the Devil's end, which is what you want. Sundstrom and Sutter. Nyland will be back with Crossman. Wallach and Flatley on the line.
Tough draw for Sundstrom right here. Sutter, one of the very best in the league.
It'll be won by Patrick Sundstrom. Back over to Wolanin from Driver. We're in overtime. 5 minutes, sudden death overtime. McLean did get it out of the zone, and it was put in offside by Patrick Flatley. There you see, Peter was talking about last three last year, now the first one this year.
And again, it shows you the kind of team the Islanders can be and how frustrating a year it has been for Al Arbour. Their team has been close in so many games, but just hasn't been able to get that one goal to tie or win. They got it tonight. In most of the games, they haven't been able to.
Wolanin gets it back. Sends it in wide of the net. Fitzpatrick. He's already been given the big hug by Volek. Intercepted by McLean. Volek knocked McLean into the boards. McLean came back at him a bit, and they're high-sticking one another. In the corner, Flatley, Shanahan. Shanahan freed it up. Fitzpatrick will play it. Driver moves in on Volek. Got it away to Shanahan. Shanahan centered right off Fitzpatrick's stick. Flatley. Islanders need a change here. Patrick Sundstrom able to hold it in. Now Sutter gets it out. Islanders will try and change. Double trying to hurry to get on side, but they're going to use the opportunity to shift on the fly as well.
The Sundstrom line has been out there since the start of the overtime, a full minute, so they wanted to get off too.
Nyland sends it in. Round the boards. Islanders hold it in. Danico steps in front of Randy Wood. The puck's behind Wood. LaFontaine. LaFontaine dug it out. LaFontaine. Mark Johnson on him. Got the stick in the middle. He goes down. No penalty will be called on it. Behind the net, Berg. Islanders have that momentum going for them. 3-on-3. Muller over for Turgeon. Turgeon on Norton. Shot saved by Fitzpatrick. Got it with a shaft of the stick. Went wide side on that one. Held in. Down low, Abilene backhander. It's loose in the corner. Muller's got it. Muller's hit by Lauer. Turgeon winds up. Doesn't take the shot. Knocked away by Brad Lauer. And sent in. They'll change again. 3:04 to go in the OT. Lauer. Ruotsalainen is there. Ruotsalainen backs it up. Jani Ojanen. 2-2 game in the overtime. Broughton tipped it. Played by Fitzpatrick for Diddick. Off the glass for Kerr. Broken up by Randy Balashek. Ruotsalainen ahead to Broughton. The collision. Devils will have to chase it down in their own end. Ruotsalainen to Broughton. Ahead. Ojanen couldn't touch it. Played by Fitzpatrick. The 2-10s. Broughton and Kerr tie each other up. Thibodeau rams it into the zone. Devils get it back. Walt for Dubney. Dubney shot. Walker saved. 2:17 left in the overtime. Change them up again. 3 changes on the fly without a whistle. Islanders offside. Wolanin and Kerr.
Kerr came in there. The referee blew the whistle for the offside. Wolanin got a stick up on Alan Kerr, who has even said in the paper himself that he's been struggling this year. 4 goals, 5 assists, 9 points in 23 games. A couple seasons ago, he had 58 points. Last year, it dropped down to 38 points.
2:08 left in the overtime here at the Meadowlands. The Islanders coming back to tie it up. The extra skater on the ice in the third period. McLean in the middle for Shanahan. Good step up that time as it was knocked away by Joe Ricci. He's played a good game for the Islanders. Driver will go behind the net. Loose Driver. Tipped away by Shanahan to Patrick Sundstrom. Sundstrom dropped it. Wolanin the shot. Wide, deflected. Rebound, McLean. That one goes into the near side corners. McLean popped it up in the air. McLean in front. Shot. Goal!